In a world where the loudest voices often dominate, there exists a different kind of strength, one rooted in quiet confidence and self-reliance. Picture a lively gathering where most are caught up in conversation, yet one woman stands apart, serene and comfortable in her solitude. Who is she, and what makes her different? Welcome to the world of the Sigma female, a woman who chooses her path with purpose, values depth over popularity, and finds power in being true to herself. She doesn't seek the validation of the crowd, but instead cultivates connections that resonate with her core values. In a society that often pressures us to conform, the Sigma female is a reminder that true strength comes from embracing who you are and living authentically. If you resonate with this mindset, join us by subscribing to the Sigma Sisterhood channel. Here we celebrate the strength, independence, and wisdom of women who walk their own path. Together, let's explore the power of living life on our own terms. 1. Selective connections. Imagine a rare gemstone, carefully guarded and only shared with those who truly appreciate its value. That's how Sigma females view their friendships. They don't chase after fleeting connections or collect acquaintances for the sake of appearances. Instead, they build their social circles with the precision of a master craftsman, allowing only those who resonate with their core values to enter their inner sanctum. For Sigma females, friendship is not about quantity, but quality. They seek relationships that are rooted in authenticity, mutual respect, and a deep understanding of each other's complexities. This selectiveness can sometimes be misunderstood as aloofness, but in reality, it's a reflection of their desire for meaningful connections. They are not interested in shallow interactions or superficial small talk. Instead, they crave conversations that spark intellectual curiosity, emotional depth, and genuine empathy. When a Sigma female lets someone into her life, it's because she sees something in that person that aligns with her own values and interests. She doesn't waste her time on relationships that don't serve her growth or well-being. This discerning approach allows her to invest her energy in nurturing bonds that truly matter, rather than spreading herself thin across numerous acquaintances. In a world where social status is often measured by the size of one's network, the Sigma female stands out by prioritizing the substance of her connections over their quantity. She knows that true friendship isn't about how many people you know, but about the depth of the relationships you cultivate. And for her, those few, carefully chosen friends are worth more than 1,000 superficial contacts. 2. Blunt honesty. In a society where people often tiptoe around the truth to avoid discomfort, the Sigma female is a breath of fresh air. She doesn't sugarcoat her words or play the game of social niceties just to keep the peace. Instead, she speaks her mind with a refreshing candor that can be both disarming and intimidating. To the Sigma female, honesty is not just a virtue, it's a way of life. This blunt honesty can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it earns her the respect of those who value transparency and straightforwardness. On the other hand, it can make her a polarizing figure, as not everyone is ready to face the unvarnished truth. But for the Sigma female, being true to herself is more important than being liked by everyone. Her direct approach to communication is rooted in her commitment to integrity. She believes that honesty is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and she isn't afraid to call out hypocrisy or deception when she sees it. This can sometimes lead to friction with those who prefer to live in comfortable illusions, but the Sigma female would rather ruffle a few feathers than compromise her principles. While her honesty can be challenging for some to handle, it also makes her a trusted confidant for those who appreciate her no-nonsense approach. People know that they can rely on her to give them the truth even when it's hard to hear. And while this may result in fewer friends, the ones she does have are drawn to her because they know she's genuine, reliable, and unafraid to be herself. In a world full of pretense and half-truths, the Sigma female's blunt honesty is a reminder that sometimes the hardest truths are the ones we need to hear the most. 3. High standards for loyalty. Loyalty is the bedrock of any relationship for the Sigma female. It's not just a desirable trait, it's an unwavering expectation. She doesn't take friendship lightly, and when she considers someone a true friend, it's because she sees them as a kindred spirit, someone who shares her values and commitment to mutual respect. But with this deep bond comes a high standard, one that not everyone can meet. For the Sigma female, loyalty is about more than just sticking around when times are good. It's about being there when things get tough, standing by her side when the world feels like it's falling apart. She gives her loyalty freely to those she trusts, but she expects the same level of commitment in return. This means that betrayal, dishonesty, or even a lack of reciprocity can be deal breakers in her relationships. Because she values loyalty so highly, the Sigma female is careful about whom she lets into her inner circle. She understands that not everyone is capable of the same level of dedication, and she would rather have a few truly loyal friends than a large group of acquaintances who might not be there when she needs them most. This selective approach can sometimes be misinterpreted as being overly demanding or even cold, but for the Sigma female, it's simply about protecting herself and her energy. When someone proves their loyalty, the Sigma female rewards them with unwavering support and a deep, lasting friendship. But if that trust is broken, she doesn't hesitate to cut ties, no matter how painful it may be. Her standards for loyalty are not just about what she expects from others, but also about what she's willing to give. And for those who are fortunate enough to earn her trust, they know that her loyalty is something rare and invaluable. In a world where loyalty can sometimes feel like a lost art, the Sigma female is a reminder that true friendship is built on trust, commitment, and a mutual respect that runs deep. 4. Low tolerance for deception. In a world where deceit often masquerades as diplomacy, the Sigma female stands as an unwavering sentinel of truth. She possesses an almost uncanny ability to detect dishonesty, viewing it as a betrayal of the fundamental trust that underpins all relationships. To her, lies are not just simple untruths. They are cracks in the foundation of integrity, which is the cornerstone of any meaningful connection. The Sigma female has little patience for those who twist the truth or fabricate stories to manipulate situations. She values consistency and transparency, believing that honesty, no matter how uncomfortable, is always the best policy. When someone lies, whether out of convenience or malice, it sends a clear signal to the Sigma female that this person cannot be trusted. And trust, once broken, is difficult to repair. Her intolerance for deception isn't just about maintaining her own peace of mind. It's also about protecting the integrity of her relationships. She knows that once lies start to infiltrate a connection, they can quickly spiral out of control, leading to misunderstandings, resentment, and ultimately, the breakdown of trust. That's why the Sigma female is quick to address any inconsistencies she notices, preferring to confront issues head-on rather than letting them fester. This approach may sometimes make her seem rigid or uncompromising to those who are more accustomed to bending the truth. But for the Sigma female, honesty is non-negotiable. She believes that real relationships are built on a foundation of truth, where both parties can be their authentic selves without fear of judgment or deceit. In a world where lying is often seen as a necessary evil, the Sigma female's commitment to honesty is a breath of fresh air. She reminds us that, while the truth can sometimes be difficult to face, it is always the path to genuine understanding and lasting connections. 5. Indifference to others' opinions. One of the most liberating qualities of the Sigma female is her indifference to the opinions of others. In a society that often pressures individuals to conform to certain standards or seek validation from external sources, the Sigma female is refreshingly immune to such influences. She lives by her own set of values and principles, unapologetically charting her own course in life. This indifference is not born out of arrogance or disregard for others. Rather, it stems from a deep-seated confidence in her own judgment and beliefs. The Sigma female understands that trying to please everyone is a futile endeavor, and that true happiness comes from staying true to oneself. She doesn't waste her time worrying about what others think of her choices, appearance, or lifestyle. Instead, she focuses on what feels right for her, even if it goes against the grain. This mindset allows the Sigma female to live with a sense of freedom that many can only dream of. She is not shackled by societal expectations or the fear of judgment. Instead, she moves through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that her worth is not determined by others' opinions. This independence can be both inspiring and intimidating to those around her. People may admire her self-assuredness, but they may also find it challenging to relate to someone who is so unconcerned with external validation. However, the Sigma female's indifference to others' opinions does not mean she is unapproachable or dismissive. On the contrary, she values meaningful connections with those who respect her authenticity and share her values. She simply refuses to let the opinions of others dictate how she lives her life. In a world where many feel the pressure to conform, the Sigma female stands as a beacon of self-empowerment. She reminds us that the most important opinion is the one we hold of ourselves, and that true freedom comes from living authentically without the need for external approval. 6. Trusting her instincts. The Sigma female possesses a keen intuition, an inner compass that she trusts implicitly. This ability to sense when something is off, even if she can't immediately identify the source, is one of her most powerful traits. She listens to her gut feelings, using them as a guide to navigate through life's complexities. When a situation or a person doesn't sit right with her, the Sigma female doesn't hesitate to withdraw. This isn't about being standoffish or overly cautious. It's about protecting her peace of mind and ensuring that she remains true to herself. She knows that her instincts are often her best defense against situations that could drain her energy or compromise her values. The Sigma female's reliance on her intuition is not just a sign of self-awareness, but also of her commitment to authenticity. She recognizes that not every connection is meant to last, and not every situation will align with her values or goals. Rather than forcing herself to fit into places where she doesn't belong, she chooses to step back, reassess, and if necessary, walk away. This instinct-driven approach to life can sometimes be misinterpreted by others as being overly cautious or even distant. However, the Sigma female knows that her intuition is rarely wrong. She trusts that when something doesn't feel right, it's usually for a good reason. And while this might mean that she walks away from certain opportunities or relationships, she does so with the confidence that she is staying true to herself. In a world that often encourages second-guessing and overthinking, the Sigma female's trust in her instincts is a powerful reminder of the importance of self-trust. She shows us that by listening to our inner voice and honoring our gut feelings, we can navigate life with clarity and purpose, avoiding the pitfalls of situations that aren't meant for us. 7. High standards for loyalty. Loyalty is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship for the Sigma female. To her, loyalty isn't just a nice-to-have trait, it's a fundamental expectation. She views trust and loyalty as sacred commitments, and she approaches friendships and relationships with a deep sense of responsibility and dedication. Once she considers someone a true friend, she expects the same unwavering loyalty in return. This high standard for loyalty means that the Sigma female is very discerning about whom she allows into her inner circle. She takes her time to build relationships, ensuring that the people she invests in are trustworthy and reliable. To her, loyalty is more than just standing by someone in good times. It's about showing up consistently, even when things get tough. She believes in reciprocity. If she's going to give her all to a relationship, she expects the same level of commitment in return. However, this strong sense of loyalty can sometimes lead to disappointment. The Sigma female is not one to tolerate betrayal or disloyalty lightly. If someone breaks her trust, she doesn't hesitate to cut ties, often with a finality that can seem harsh to outsiders. This isn't because she's unforgiving, but because she understands the value of her loyalty and won't waste it on someone who doesn't appreciate it. Despite these high expectations, when the Sigma female finds someone who meets her standards, she is an exceptionally loyal and supportive friend. She is the type of person who will stand by you through thick and thin, offering unwavering support and encouragement. Her loyalty is not just a promise, it's a way of life. In essence, the Sigma female's approach to loyalty is a reflection of her integrity and commitment to authenticity. She knows that true loyalty is rare and precious, and she treats it with the reverence it deserves. By holding herself and others to high standards, she ensures that her relationships are built on a solid foundation of trust, respect, and mutual commitment. 8. Honesty and straightforwardness. Blunt honesty is a hallmark of the Sigma female's character. She is known for her straightforwardness, speaking her mind without hesitation or sugarcoating her words. This quality can be both refreshing and intimidating to those around her. While some may appreciate her candor, others might find it challenging to handle the unvarnished truth she delivers. The Sigma female believes that honesty is not only the best policy, but the only policy. She values transparency in all her interactions and expects the same from others. To her, being honest is about respecting others enough to tell them the truth, even when it's uncomfortable or difficult. She doesn't believe in hiding behind polite lies or half-truths. Instead, she prefers to confront issues head-on, addressing problems directly rather than letting them simmer beneath the surface. This approach can sometimes alienate people who are not used to such directness. The Sigma female's blunt honesty can be a double-edged sword. While it earns her respect from those who value transparency, it can also make her seem abrasive or unapproachable to those who are more sensitive or accustomed to softer communication styles. However, the Sigma female understands that not everyone can handle the truth, and she's okay with that. She's not out to win popularity contests or to be liked by everyone. Instead, she prioritizes integrity over approval, choosing to be honest, even when it might cost her socially. This commitment to truthfulness is part of what makes her a unique and formidable individual. In a world where many people prefer to avoid difficult conversations or hide behind niceties, the Sigma female stands out as a beacon of authenticity. Her honesty is a reflection of her inner strength and confidence, and it's what makes her a trustworthy and reliable friend. She reminds us that sometimes the most important thing we can do is to speak the truth, even when it's not easy. 9. Selective connections. When it comes to relationships, the Sigma female is highly selective. She doesn't surround herself with a large group of acquaintances or seek out endless social interactions. Instead, she carefully curates her inner circle, choosing to invest her time and energy in a few meaningful relationships rather than spreading herself thin across many superficial ones. This selectivity stems from her deep desire for authenticity and substance. The Sigma female is not interested in maintaining relationships for the sake of appearances or social convenience. She seeks out connections that are built on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine understanding of each other's complexities. For her, it's not about quantity but quality. She would rather have a few close, deeply fulfilling relationships than a wide network of shallow connections. This approach to relationships often makes the Sigma female appear distant or aloof to those who don't know her well. She may seem hard to get to know, but that's because she's cautious about who she lets into her life. She's not interested in superficial small talk or obligatory socializing. Instead, she values meaningful conversations and genuine emotional connections. For those who make it into her inner circle, the Sigma female is a loyal and devoted friend. She invests in her relationships with care and thoughtfulness, nurturing the bonds she has chosen to create. She expects the same level of commitment from her friends, and she doesn't hesitate to distance herself from those who don't align with her values or who fail to meet her standards. In a world where many people prioritize social status or popularity, the Sigma female's selective approach to relationships is a breath of fresh air. She shows us that it's okay to be discerning about the people we allow into our lives, and that true connection is worth waiting for. By choosing quality over quantity, the Sigma female ensures that her relationships are meaningful, fulfilling, and built to last. The Sigma female embodies a unique blend of independence, authenticity, and strength. She navigates the world with a distinct set of principles that prioritize quality over quantity, truth over comfort, and loyalty over convenience. Her selective nature, blunt honesty, and high standards for relationships set her apart from others, making her both intriguing and often misunderstood. Living as a Sigma female means embracing solitude without loneliness, valuing deep connections over a wide social circle, and remaining true to oneself despite external pressures. She is not driven by the need for approval or validation. Instead, she finds fulfillment in being genuine, self-reliant, and loyal to those who truly matter. In a society that often encourages conformity and superficiality, the Sigma female stands out as a symbol of authenticity and integrity. She reminds us that it's okay to prioritize our own well-being, to set high standards for our relationships, and to speak the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Her way of life is a powerful testament to the idea that being true to oneself is the most important path to personal fulfillment and lasting happiness. Ultimately, the Sigma female is a quiet force of nature, strong, independent, and unapologetically herself.